Welcome everyone, I'm Natalia Martin with Align 45. Thank you for joining me for this New Moon in Cancer guided meditation and Reiki-infused sound bath. If this content resonates with you, please like and subscribe, and I'd love to hear your comments below. And the sound bath is best experienced with headphones, and you'll want to find a quiet place for about the next 30 to 45 minutes. If you're not familiar with moon energy, new moons are a time of opportunity to reset, to set powerful intentions and plant seeds for new beginnings. It's about personal growth and aspirations. A new moon occurs when the moon is situated between the earth and the sun, creating darkness in the sky. Now, this new moon is under the sign of Cancer. So no matter what sign you are, we all have aspects of the signs within us, and this energy can work for you and support you with your intentions. This new moon is in the sign of Cancer, which is a water sign, as well as being ruled by the moon. It is about using your emotions, really tapping into those deep feelings that you have, your inner knowing, your inner feelings, and letting them empower you to know what it is you need to manifest your desires. Cancer is a sign about self-care. And it's about comfort, it's about nurturing, it's about security, the home, family, relationships, sensitivity, and creativity. So this is an ideal time to really delve deep into your emotions and feel connected to what's going on within you. It's time to think about what you truly need to feel emotionally satisfied in your life. Is an easier time to access those feelings and that information within you. Now, with every astrological sign, there are the higher vibrations, which I spoke about just now, and there are also lower vibrations. And for Cancer energy, if someone is not having their needs met with compassion and empathy, they're prone to more negative sides of their personality. So in this Cancer energy, it's being overly emotional, moody, perhaps suspicious, pessimistic, or even a little manipulative. And so this is an opportunity to look at areas of your life that maybe you're acting in these ways a little bit. And if you reassess those situations and approach them from a different way, you may find that your emotional fulfillment is there and you feel more complete and more satisfied in your life. So we're going to move into this guided meditation, which is going to support you with this Cancer energy. And then we'll move into the sound bath. With the meditation, you can either be seated or laying down. And just take a few moments, get settled. Let those eyelids gently fall. Noticing how your body feels against that chair. Perhaps you're on a mat or a sofa or the bed laying down. Notice the weight of your body feeling supported and stable. Focusing in on your breath, a little bit longer on the inhales, a little bit longer on the exhales. Think about releasing any tension from the day, any worries, each time you exhale, relaxing a bit more deeply. As you're breathing, I'd just like you to focus in, breathing in, letting that belly rise, and then releasing that breath, noticing the belly fall. Taking a few more of those breaths. And now I'd like you to imagine roots growing from your tailbone, moving down through the earth, through the soil, pushing through, right down to the core of the earth. Once you get to that core of the earth, those roots wrap around a beautiful blue crystal. And I'd I'd like you to slowly move that energy back up those roots. And as you're moving that energy up through those roots, gathering in all those nutrients, pulling up from the soil, from the earth. And I'd like those roots to go in through the bottoms of your feet, bringing that earth's energy, slowly traveling from the feet, up the legs, going to the calves, the knees, the thighs, the hips, moving up your torso, again bringing in that earth energy, that stability, that sense of security. Moving up to the shoulders, traveling down the arms, through the hands, the fingers. Moving up the neck, through the head, right up to the crown of the head. And then feel, sense, or intend a light, loving energy from above, traveling down like a waterfall, traveling over the crown of your head, infusing all the cells of your body with light and love, moving through the face, the shoulders, the torso, arms, hands, fingers, down through the stomach, the hips, the thighs, knees, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. Now again, drawing on that energy, that earth energy. As you inhale, I'd like you to imagine pulling up that earth's energy from your feet all the way up through the crown of the head on that inhale. And I'd like you to imagine that energy circling around, back through the feet, up through the body, out through the crown of the head, and so on. Circular or elliptical motion. Breathing in stability, security, circulating it throughout the body. Two more times. And coming back to your regular breath. I'd just like you to scan your body, noticing any areas of tension, tightness, maybe a feel of stagnancy. And wherever it is you notice, I'd like you to place your hand there, breathing air into that space, imagining that it is clearing out any negativity, any tension, any blockages. Feel that tension dissolving as you exhale, replacing that with a sense of light, creating space for new things, new opportunities, and what it is you want to manifest. Breathing into this area, exhaling to clear out. And if you're not feeling any tension in the body or in the mind, if you're feeling pretty good, just go ahead and sink more deeply into that state of relaxation with every exhale. We'll take about another 30 seconds here. Couple more breaths in and out. Returning to your natural breath. Now I would like to picture yourself in a meadow. Noticing the vibrancy of the green, perhaps their flowers, plants, It can be a place you've been or something you've created in your mind. Noticing the sunlight shining down on you. A wonderfully comfortable temperature, not too hot, not too cold. You're walking in this meadow at a comfortable pace, one foot in front of the other. Noticing some birds flying by. And as you're walking, you notice a river not far away. You start heading towards the river. As you get closer, you start to hear that water moving. Noticing the color of the river. Noticing the speed at which the water is moving. And taking 5 more steps, you arrive at the bank of the river. I'd like you to reach down, put your fingers or your hand into that river, noticing the temperature. Beautiful temperature. Very inviting temperature. If you have shoes on, I'd like you to take off your shoes. And let your feet inform you what that ground is like. Are there pebbles? Is it sandy? Is it dirt? Wiggle your toes in the ground, lightly gripping, playing with the texture. We're going to travel down this river. If you like swimming, you're going to slowly move into that water, slowly swimming down. If that's not comfortable for you, you're just going to wade into that water. It goes up about chest level. Notice how the water feels as your body goes into the depth of the water. With your hands, you're slowly playing with that water, noticing how it feels, the fluidity, the smoothness. You look up above and see that sunlight falling on you. Once again, you're going to follow that gentle current of the river, either slowly swimming or wading through that water. Noticing how that water caresses your body, refreshes you. As you're traveling through that current, any lingering emotions that you don't desire, any fears, any stress, any tension, just feel the water washing it off your body, moving it away, traveling with the current. And now choose any pace you would like to move through that water. As you travel through that water, you're coming up to your personal sanctuary. So I'd like you to move towards the edge of that river, towards the bank of the river. You're going to slowly step out of that water. Again, it's a beautiful temperature outside. You're feeling comfortable even though you are wet from that water. I'd like you to take a few deep breaths and think about what this sanctuary is for you. It can be a physical place of comfort for you. It can just be emotions that you have or the people you are with. But it's a sense of emotional fulfillment for you. So if you're with people, who are you with? What are you doing in this place? Are you relaxing? Are you engaged in activity? Start to really create this in your mind and in your body. What are the sounds around you in this sanctuary? What is the temperature? What are you wearing? Perhaps you have a favorite cozy sweater, cozy outfit, or wrapped in a blanket. And as you're in this sanctuary, you notice the sun is setting. The night will be dark as this is a new moon. You're feeling surrounded by this darkness in a very comforting way, a cozy way. So think about this sanctuary that you've created. What have you brought in from your current life into this sanctuary? Perhaps it's concrete things, items you love. Perhaps it's people and relationships that bring you contentment and fulfillment. Perhaps it's something within you, particular attitude. Perhaps it's gratitude, love. What are the elements that you've brought into this sanctuary right now? I'd like you to feel into the emotions around the things that you have brought into your sanctuary. I'd like you to feel into them and amplify them. Get curious about them. Perhaps you may have feelings of nostalgia with this as well. All of these emotions are informing you, telling you things that are necessary for your own growth, personal development, sense of security. If your sanctuary could be a color, what color drops into your mind or into your visual field? I'd like you to wrap this sanctuary in that color, infusing every person, every object, every emotion with that color. And as you exhale, let that color radiate outwards in all directions. Each time you exhale, it's expanding out further. That sense of comfort, that sense of security, that sense of emotional fulfillment. And expressing gratitude for all of those things in your sanctuary. Coming back to your breath. What else does your sanctuary need to be even more comforting, more emotionally complete? Again, it could be personal relationships, family, it could be physical things, it could be a personal quality that you want to express more of or develop. What could your sanctuary use to be even more supercharged, even more fulfilling? I want you to feel that answer in your heart rather than in your head. And if you need to put those hands on your heart or wiggle your toes to just get out of the head and go with what comes to you. Is it something that could be shifted, perhaps an attitude or a relationship? Is it something new you want to bring in, something new you want to create? Or expand something that's already wonderful, have more of it. I want you to take these things you've identified, place them in your sanctuary, feel into it, and let it amplify. Once you feel you're turning up that dial, just feel that sanctuary intensify, being an even more amazing place that you create, that's yours. So with these ideas of what you can add to that sanctuary to make it more meaningful, think about these as seeds of intention. I'm going to have you place your hands on your heart. And I'd like you to identify 3 small steps, things you can do right now after listening to the sound bath. Things you can do to bring that closer into your reality, to create that sanctuary, not only in your mind and in your heart, but in the 3D reality of your everyday life. Thinking of 3 small steps, let them fall into your heart. They don't have to be a thinking exercise. What is your intuition telling you? This Cancer energy is amplifying deep emotions and intuition to inform us of what we need for our highest good. The answers are not in your head. They're in your inner knowing and in your heart. Trust what comes to you. So whatever is dropping in your mind, that is your gold. These 3 steps, we're going to start with the first one that came to your mind. I'd like you to visualize it. Feel it. What kind of emotions is it? What does it bring up? Give it a color. I want you to breathe this in. Breathing in that intention, that inspired action. And as you exhale, you're releasing any fears, any limiting beliefs you have around taking this step. Breathing it in. Exhaling any blocks or perceived limitations. Let them go. Your second small step. Visualize it. There's no right or wrong answer. It can be a shape, a color, a thing, a favorite object, whatever comes to you. Feeling into it. Breathing it in. Exhaling anything you feel might be holding you back from taking that step. It's just something in your mind. Knowing you can move past any blocks. It's yours. And your third step, once again, visualizing. Either visualizing yourself taking this step or giving that step a visual representation as an object or a color. Deep inhale, breathing that in. Big exhale, releasing any blocks, any limitations that you may think are there. Knowing that the universe wants to support you in taking actions for your highest good. One more deep breath in and slowly releasing. Coming back to your natural breath. You're still in that sanctuary. You notice the sun is rising. I'd like you to stand up from that sanctuary, slowly walk back to that river. Once you're at the bank of the river, once again, touching that water, noticing the inviting temperature. Going back into that water. Knowing that you've taken steps towards creating an even more amazing sanctuary to come back to. I'd like you to swim or wade your way back to your original place in the meadow. So whether it's one step at a time through that water or one stroke at a time with those arms, we'll take about 30 seconds. Then I'll have you come out of that water. So moving through that water, you notice there's a bit more resistance. You're working against the current this time. But it just feels like a nice effort. It's nothing strenuous, not a struggle at all. Just makes you feel a little more alive, a little more engaged, like taking those first steps that you've just envisioned towards creating that more amazing sanctuary. Moving now towards the bank of the river. Slowly exiting that river. Walking back into the meadow. Noticing again how beautiful and green it is. The sound of birds. Seeing that sunrise a bit higher in the sky. Now I'd like you to find a comfortable place in that meadow. I'd like you to lay down. Think about closing those eyes, gently soaking up the sun's rays. Think about the sun's rays amplifying your intentions. I'd like you to wiggle those fingers and toes. Feeling grounded, solid and secure, supported by that earth's energy. We'll be moving into that sound bath. I will bring you back at the end of the sound bath. If you're in that seated position, you may find the sound bath more enjoyable in laying down. And again, headphones are the best way to experience the sound bath. Start to deepen your breath. A little bit longer on the inhales, a little bit longer on the exhales. Wiggle your fingers, your toes, starting to come back into your body. Noticing how your body feels against that chair or that mat. Rotate the wrists, the ankles. If you're laying down, hug one knee into your chest. Bring it across the chest, and then look the opposite direction for a little twist. If you're seated in a chair, you can just rotate that torso side to side slowly. If you're laying down, go ahead and lengthen out that one leg. Bring that other knee into the chest, bringing it across the body. Looking the other direction. If you're laying down, go ahead and roll onto one side. Feel free to stay here as long as you would like. Bring back to mind those 3 small steps that you identified that you could take. Reciting them in your mind or aloud in a confident voice, knowing that this new moon in Cancer energy is supporting those intentions for your highest good. Just be aware at this time with those deep emotions that come up, they are there to inform you, they're there to guide you. So lean into them, pay attention to them, they're important. Learn what they are telling you, where they are guiding you. And also, please check out, I have several Reiki videos for a variety of intentions. They're all about 10 minutes long, so energy healing. And as well, I am here every new moon and every full moon with guided meditation and sound bath. Thank you all so much. Please leave comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you.